Published 0250 EDT, the 23rd of August 2017. Updated 0250 EDT, the 23rd of August 2017. Queensland Police Commissioner Ian Stewart admitted the police officers who accompanied Denmark's Crown Prince Frederik into a Brisbane bar on Friday night technically breached the law. Has there been a breach of the legislation? Technically yes, and that's why I apologize to anyone who's been affected by this, he told reporters on Wednesday. I apologize to anyone who was at the Jade Buddha if the prince's presence there caused any concern, or if the way our officers acted created a perception of intimidation, Commissioner Stewart told reporters at State Parliament. Queensland Police Commissioner Ian Stewart, pictured above, admitted the police officers who accompanied Denmark's Crown Prince Frederik into a Brisbane bar on Friday night technically breached the law. Jade Buddha co-owner Phil Hogan demanded an apology after Mr. Stewart on Tuesday contradicted his claims the prince had been initially turned away by security on Friday night. New liquor laws require venues to scan the IDs of all patrons entering after 10 p.m. But the commissioner stood by his claim the prince himself had not been turned away. He said plainclothes police went to the venue first and were initially rebuffed by security before they returned and the issue was cleared up. At no time was the prince actually stopped at the security desk or anything like that. Jade Buddha co-owner Phil Hogan demanded an apology after Mr. Stewart on Tuesday contradicted his claims the prince had been initially turned away by security on Friday night. The Danish prince's entourage first come into the CCTV cameras at 11:20 p.m. on Friday evening. His security can be seen shaking the hands of the Jade Buddha bar bouncers before conversing about his imminent arrival. In Tuesday's press conference, Mr. Stewart defended the need for identification scanning and argued that staff at the bar had full intentions of allowing Prince Frederik entry. The club certainly knew that His Royal Highness was who he was and that he was going into their club, he said. It was certainly my understanding that they had no concern as long as we vouch for his profile. Released CCTV footage showed the future king's entourage being turned away, before returning to the establishment shortly after with Prince Frederik. Prince Frederik, pictured in dark shirt with white shoulders, can then be seen entering the bar at 12:18 am early Saturday morning. Queensland's strict nanny-state laws have been slammed following Denmark's Crown Prince Frederik being refused entry to the Brisbane bar on Friday night. Speaking in Parliament on Tuesday, opposition leader Tim Nicholls questioned whether the prince would have met his Australian wife, Princess Marie, under the strict laws. Mr. Nicholls used a joke to help get his point across. Have you heard the one where a Danish prince walks into a Queensland bar? MP Tim Nicholls has questioned whether Denmark's Crown Prince Frederik would have met his Australian wife, Princess Marie, under Queensland's strict nanny-state laws. You know what, Mr. Speaker, he doesn't. He can't even get in the door. The Denmark royal was visiting Australia during the 2000 Olympic Games when he met Mary at Sydney's Slip-In bar, but Queensland Attorney General Yvette Dath has hit back at critics, telling Parliament the event had not created a diplomatic incident. The two, pictured, famously met in a Sydney pub during the Olympics in 2000. Prince Frederik and his entourage were denied entry to the Jade Buddha bar, pictured just before midnight on Friday evening, because they did not have identification. She defended the right of the bar to turn the prince away and suggested the events of the evening had been blown out of proportion. Prince Frederik, 49, and his entourage were denied entry to the Jade Buddha bar just before midnight on Friday because they did not have identification, the Daily Telegraph reported. The group were granted entry 15 minutes later after they returned to the establishment with Queensland Police Service's Dignitary Protection Unit. Australia's draconian liquor laws are sure to now attract international attention after Danish Crown Prince Frederik was turned away from a Brisbane bar. Dath argued there had been no official complaints made by the prince and therefore alterations to the state's strict security measures weren't necessary. The Brisbane Times reports, the prince obviously did not take great offence to this as he returned a short time later and was granted entry, she told Parliament. The fact is this has not caused a diplomatic incident as some would have you believe. Prince Frederik, Princess Josephine, Prince Vincent, Princess Mary posed before the children's first school day, pictured